What's up, Taiwan? I'm Yvonne Yang with 10 minutes of news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Taiwan plans to further ease its COVID-19 regulations. Both border restrictions and mask mandates are now in the spotlight. Eric Gao takes a look.
In one of his first acts in office, Taiwan's new premier, Chen Jianren, paid a visit to the country's top pandemic response task force. In Tuesday's meeting, he had two main issues to discuss.
一个就是入境检疫措施，以及呢室内口罩规定是不是应该做调整。
Sun's visit comes as Taiwan is preparing to relax its COVID-19 restrictions. Starting next Tuesday, travelers from China will no longer have to take a PCR test upon arrival. Passengers from China who transit through Hong Kong or Macau won't have to show a negative test before boarding either. Those requirements were first put in place at the start of the year, when China scrapped its own travel controls amid a surge in COVID cases. But a ban on Chinese tourists coming to Taiwan is still in effect. As for Taiwan's mask rules, details will be announced later this week. For now, health authorities say regulations will be split into three broad categories: venues where masks are required, where masks are recommended, and those where masks are optional. These moves come as Taiwan sees a spike in confirmed infections. Over 32,000 cases were reported on Monday, more than double those from the week before. But health officials say they're not too concerned.
这个反弹是一定会有，那这个反弹它到底这一波会有多大多长？那时间有多长？这个都是我们在观察重点。不过我们自己的评估是，它时间应该不会太长，高点应该也不会太高。
But some doctors say it's not the best time to relax these rules.
稳定在山腰当中，而且甚至有点往上爬的味道，再加上国外的新的病毒株其实还是此起彼落，所以这个时候要放松呢，基本上都是带着风险的。
These doctors recommend that people get a booster shot if they haven't done so in the past 6 months, and that they keep masking despite the new rules, just to be safe. Andy Xue and Eric Gao for TaiwanPlus.
Hong Kong has stopped ordering people who catch COVID-19 to isolate. The city's chief executive, John Lee, says this is because most cases are now mild and there is a strong level of immunity. But Hong Kong's hospital authority will still reserve 2,000 places a day for COVID patients at clinics. The move is part of a gradual easing of COVID rules over the past few weeks. That includes scrapping PCR tests for arrivals and a vaccine pass system for entry into public venues. Taiwan's military reported a total of 34 Chinese military planes and 9 Navy ships operating near the country on Wednesday. 20 of the planes breached the median line of the Taiwan Strait and the country's Air Defense Identification Zone, or ADIZ. They included over a dozen fighter jets, 2 drones, and 4 radar planes. The ADIZ is not Taiwan's territory, but it's used by the military as a defensive buffer. China often sends warplanes near Taiwan as a form of military pressure. The country's military says it has monitored the situation. NATO and Japan have pledged to strengthen their partnership. This follows a meeting between the military alliance's chief and Japan's prime minister. In a joint statement, Jens Stoltenberg and Fumio Kishida said the world faced the most severe and complex security environment since World War II. Stoltenberg is in Asia to drum up support for Ukraine's war efforts. But he has also warned of the threat posed by Beijing to the international order. After meeting Japan's leader, Stoltenberg said a Russian victory in Ukraine would embolden China while it is, quote, bullying its neighbors and threatening Taiwan.
Beijing is watching closely and learning lessons that may influence its future decisions. What is happening in Europe today could happen in East Asia tomorrow. So we must remain united and firm, standing together for freedom and democracy.
One of Asia's largest book fairs has just opened in Taipei. A week of over 300 workshops and events, the exhibition showcases books and publishers from around the world. Sadie Jensen went to the opening ceremony to find out more.
I'm here at the opening ceremony of the Taipei International Book Exhibition, where for the next 5 days, the city will be celebrating literature from around the world. Behind me is Polish-Ukrainian electronica folk band Dagadana, who is kicking off the book fair, which claims to be the biggest of its kind in Asia. Let's take a look at what's going on.
国际书展呢是今年开春以来啊，第一个呢这么大型的国际的交流的活动啊。那尤其呢是在这个2年的疫情之后呢，大家都已经很久没有时间啊，可以这样子很自由、很开放的一起来交流啊。所以呢，大家一进现场应该可以感觉到满满的活力啊。
The annual fair provides a platform for exchanges between Taiwanese publishers and their foreign counterparts. This year, there are pavilions from countries around the world, including France, Italy, Korea, Hong Kong, Belgium, and Ukraine, whose Central European neighbour, Poland, is this year's guest of honour.
I'm delighted that Poland is here because a lot of what is happening in Central Europe and Eastern Europe draws a lot of interest on the part of Taiwan and Taiwanese. So this is an excellent occasion for the Taiwanese readers, for all those who are interested in Polish culture, Polish literature, to come here and meet the authors of poetry, literature, science fiction, fantasy.
And we offer here an exhibition of the history about Polish illustrations for children. These are the classics that Poles designed in children's illustration.
Taiwan maintains a free publishing environment at a time when journalists, writers, and publishers across Asia are experiencing censorship and harassment. President Tsai Ing-wen and new Culture Minister Shi Zhe were among the visitors on opening day, showing their support for the industry.
不过今天比较重要的是，其实我是在1个小时之前才完成这个文化部长的交接。那如果以这个出版来讲的话，我应该是刚出印刷厂还是热腾腾的那本书刚刚到通路上。那今天是第一次在通路上跟大家见面所以也要拜托大家，就是说我们要秉持着我们文字阅读出版的精神，请也不要只看到封面就决定好坏。
The book publishing industry as a whole is faced with its own challenges. Brick and mortar stores are closing down around the world as people consume more and more entertainment online. But the exhibition hopes to rebuild people's love for books. A construction site dummy, a goods truck, and scaffolding. These may not be the sort of items you'd associate with a peaceful reading environment, but here they represent how books are one of the building blocks for a healthy society. Meanwhile, the Children's Pavilion invites kids into the ocean to meet flying fish, sperm whales, nautilus, and horseshoe crabs. A single-day ticket for the book fair is around $3, but it's free of charge for students under the age of 18 and foreign nationals who show their passports and residence permits at the entrance. Taiwan's Culture Ministry hopes that this year's event will show off the vibrancy and diversity of the country's publishing culture. And with Taiwan's borders open once more, it's a chance for the local literary scene to put itself firmly back on the map. Kama Xu and Sally Jensen for TaiwanPlus.
In the UK, a man has captured on film a giant flock of starlings in flight. Thousands of the birds took to the sky in a swirling formation called a murmuration. This scene was captured over the English village of Tewkesbury. Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. Remember to download the TaiwanPlus app for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, we leave you with wintry images from Fushou Sun Farm in Taichung, central Taiwan. I'm Yvonne Yang. Take care and see you next time.
For more stories from here in Taiwan and around the world, please make sure to visit us at TaiwanPlus.com.